Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'll be going over how to use useRef, which is a hook provided by React. If you've watched my earlier videos on useState and useEffect, you probably have a solid foundation already. If you haven't, I'll link those in the cards on the top right so you can check them out as well if you're interested. Now, what exactly is useRef? Well, useRef is a hook that gives you a way to persist values between renders without causing a re-render, and it can also be used to directly reference DOM elements, which can be really handy when working with focus, animations, or third-party libraries. So without further ado, let's begin. So currently I have my VS Code window open with a project called useRef demo, and I created this React project using Vite and will be using JavaScript in this video for demonstration purposes. I recommend that you do the same to follow along. So first I'm going to head into my source directory, and then I'm going to go into my app.jsx file, and I'm just going to hide my terminal for the moment, and I'm just going to clear everything within this file, okay? And I'm also going to go into main.jsx and remove the index.css import to not apply any of the default styling provided by the boilerplate Vite webpage. And then within my app.jsx, I'm going to create a function component using the ES7 snippets extension, which you can install in the VS Code extensions registry. So after I hit enter, prefixed with the RFCE, you can see that the app component has been created. And now I'm going to walk you through 3 different examples of using useRef and how useRef applies to them. Our first example is going to be a very common use case where we reference a DOM element, and we're going to be doing this by focusing an input element when a button is clicked. Now, normally you use something like document.getElement by ID, but in React, useRef is the better option. So I'm going to first write the code, and then I'll explain to you what it means along the way. Okay? So we're going to first import useRef from React to bring the useRef hook into our component. And then within my function component here, I'm going to create a ref. So I'll do const input ref is equal to useRef, and we're going to have this initialized to null. So this line right here creates a ref object, and we're initializing it with null. And the reason that we're doing this is because when the component first renders, React hasn't created the DOM element yet, so we start with null as a placeholder. Later, React will automatically attach the actual DOM node over to the input ref, okay? And then next, I'm going to create a function that'll actually cause the input element to have some focus. So we'll do const handle click, which will be called through a button. And then we'll do input ref dot current dot focus. And then now let's just create our elements on the web page. So I'll do return, and then we'll have a div tag with input. And then this tag is going to have an attribute called ref, which we're going to link to input ref. Type is going to be text, and then for placeholder, let's just say type something. Or actually, let's do click the button to focus. Okay. And then for our button, we'll do on click, handle click, and we'll just say focus input. Okay, so let me explain what this does. So when we define the handle click function, we're essentially accessing the actual DOM element stored within this input element here and calling the dot focus function just like you would in vanilla JavaScript, okay? So when I click this focus input button, it's going to call this function, and then it's going to access the input ref, which we have linked with our input element right here, and it will cause this input element to focus. So if we click it, you can see that the focus is occurring with the blue ring wrapped around the border of the element. So now we're going to go on to our next example, which is going to be something a bit more interesting, and we're essentially going to be tracking how many times a component re-renders, and this is something you don't want to do with useState because updating state would trigger another render and cause a loop, so we're going to be using useRef. And like before, I'm going to write the code and I'll explain along the way. So as for our imports, we're going to import useState and useEffect as both of those hooks will be used in this example. And I'm just going to remove the code within our function as well. So within our component, I'm going to create a new reference. So I'll just call this render count, and this is going to be set to useRef with 0. And this is our render counter, so it starts at 0 and we'll increment it each time the component renders. And since we're using useRef, updating this value won't trigger a re-render, which is a key benefit. Okay. And then next I'm going to create a useState variable called text, and it's just going to be a normal state hook to let the user type into the input, and changing this text will trigger a re-render. So there we go. And then I'm going to use our useEffect to update our render count. So I'll just do render count dot current plus equals 1. All right, and you'll see this in action once we actually use this. So I'll create an input element, and the value is going to be set to text. And then on change, we're going to essentially update the text. And then we'll just have a paragraph tag that displays the number of renders. So render count dot current. All right, there we go. So to explain this useEffect function is going to run after every render, and we're just increasing the count. And since we're using dot current, it's essentially the property that holds the actual value inside the ref, which at the moment is 0, but this is going to change on every render. Okay, and then over here on our web page, we're essentially just displaying the render count. So typing in the input would cause the render count to go up, but if you change render count to useState, the component would re-render on every count update, causing an infinite loop. So that problem is solved using useRef right here. So if I type something in, you could see that we are effectively counting the number of re-renders. Now for our last example, we're going to use useRef to track the previous value of a state variable. Let's say you want to compare the current count with the previous count. You can't just use another useState for that because it'll only update after the re-render, so we can use a ref. And like always, I'm going to write the code and I'll explain along the way. So as for our imports, we can leave them as before, but I'm just going to remove the code that we wrote previously, and I'm also going to remove the input and p tag that we had previously. And this first line within our function component, I'm just going to create a count state variable, and this is going to have an initial value of 0, and it'll track the current count. Okay, and then I'm going to create a reference that stores the previous count, so it'll be named prev count, and it'll just be a useRef function. And this is just where we're going to be storing the previous value, not in state, but in a ref, so we can update it silently between renders, and that's why you don't have a value that we passed in here. Okay, and then now I'm going to write the useEffect, which is just going to update the current or the previous count equal to the count, and we're going to run this useEffect function every time that count changes. Okay, so as for our web page, we're just going to have an h2 that has the current count, and then we're going to have an h3 that has the previous, so it'll just be prev count dot current, and then we'll have a button such that if we click it, it's going to set the count to be higher than the previous count by 1. Okay, and we'll just label this button with increment. So just to go over this one more time, this useEffect block runs every time count changes and stores a current count in prev count dot current. So when React finishes rendering the UI, we save the count, and on the next render, prev count dot current still holds the last value, which becomes the quote-unquote previous value. Okay, so now let's try clicking the button. So our current count is 0. So as you can see, the previous count is now updated to 0 with the current count being 1. And then if I click this again, it should update previous to be 1 and current to be 2. And just to give you a brief explanation of what .current is exactly, useRef returns an object that essentially looks like this. So it'll be current and then it'll have your value here. And you can update current directly and React won't re-render. And that's what makes it perfect for things like DOM access, timers, or persisting data between renders. Alright, so that just about wraps up the video. I hope you found this video to be informative and helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below or email me, and I'll do my best to reply as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a nice day.